kamadam, third quarter na. Bacolod versus Nueva Ecija, kamadam. Lawen nyo, dakal may nga black at saka detong Slamdunk, kamadam. Nakalakal. At saka madam, para lalita mong sayan Aliw ko kakalingon subscribe, like, and share. Lalo na kamadam, mag-comment kayo kung buriya yung boses ko Albentane kanya kamadam yung kahit mo something pareho lang 57 yening third quarter. Pero sa tingin nyo, makatagal na din kaya, madam. Bacolod po ta. Siguradong value naman po tang fourth quarter. Papali na lading nebesiyan O mga kamadam, anya albentane. Pasat ko kakalingwan, subscribe, like and share. Lalo na comment. O madam, albentane pune. Anya na.
Of the rotation ng Cagers at the start of this year, but here he looks like he's bringing a lot more para dito kay Coach MCALONEY. He's given more liberty to shoot the basketball.
Well, he's gonna have even bigger production dito sa kupunan ng Tubo Slashers. And this is a team that is still trying to push for that probably play-in spot right now sa kanilang pwesto. CANOY turns around. Misses and rebound. Nakuha ni Manaytay. Takbo ulit ang Nueva Ecija. JC Marcelino to JV for 3. In and out. JC with a rebound and he puts it in for 2.
You know, it's going to be tough when both of the twins are on the floor together. Twin turbo, as they like to be called, even from their Zamboanga days. Pag sinabay na sila ni Coach Don Dulay, Nueva Ecija definitely means business.
PASTIAS wants a clear out against Manaytay, no? They go down low to Rangel, who sneaks in. Unable to score against the double team. JC Marcelino nagmamadali. He draws the foul on PASTIAS. This is the play of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Bacolod dropping down into a little zone there, seeing the creases in the defense on that baseline, that dunker spot, as you mentioned earlier. DEMUSIS getting that nice bounce pass galing kay Christian Manaytay. The nice thing about Christian Manaytay is he's a system player. You know, he can read what the defense is giving them. He can make the right plays. He can make the right passes. At the same time, he's also an excellent post player.
To Christian Manaytay on the move. Kanyal on the help. A foul on ALDAVE CANOY.
And aside from being a great post player, ito si Christian Manaytay, it can hurt you in so many ways as well. It can put the ball on the deck, as you've seen there when he drew the foul. And he also has been developing a dependable outside shot.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. You have to watch this lineup, Javi, right now, itong Nueva Ecija, because this could be a 5 that may play together against Abra, particularly when they try to match up with the speed of the solid North Weavers.
You're right. You know, even if they may be giving up a lot of height, but they make up for it with a lot of effort and energy and defensive instincts ng mga players na to. Oh, I rarely see Nick DEMUSIS get all riled up.
No, it was Kanyal. He wasn't riled up. Kanyal was like in the court. Hindi ako naniniwala dyan.
Madalas yung mga tough guy on the court, talagang makakoloko yan off the court. Yan yung mga pag makasama mo, talagang hindi ka titigil tumawa.
Yan, yun na nga. Ganun na nga. Yun, no? Tumatawa na, oh.
It is a double foul with
double foul.
5, Nick DEMUSIS is first. And number 25, Vance Cañales, second foul, resulting in a jump ball. Possession arrow is pointing Bacolod to possession.
The Tubo Slashers will keep possession. The possession arrow is with them.
Bacolod just has to be wary here not to get into too deep of a hole. The third quarter is usually where Nueva Ecija makes their push when they struggle in the first half. And there, they do it. in this kind of manner. They get the steals, they force you into turnovers, and
Nueva Ecija, they're up by 7 in the third period. Let's not go there, G, because you're opening up a brand new
is
conversation.
this really somewhere you want to go?
Yes, with
And you know,
okay.
personally, you know, going back just to touch on G's report, you know, Miss Riza really, she's a very, you know, strong-willed woman, and I'm sure that Nick really benefits from it. Kasi si Nick mukhang mas soft-spoken na talaga eh.
Oh. Actually, when I met Nick, yeah, they were not together yet. When the first time he was in the MPBL, they were not together yet. So, nice to see, you know, Nick's a good friend, and Riza's a good friend as well.
Yeah.
And nice to see them come together, and dalawa ng
On the court, you know, they are the heads of this backcourt pressure defense that Coach Don Dulay likes to employ with this unit that he usually plays with in the third quarter, especially if they're down or they're struggling during the first half. He comes out of the halftime break with these two guys in the backcourt, and yet they force Bacolod into a bunch of turnovers already here in the third quarter.
Yun ang, this is why he brought them in dito. It really gives a new dimension kung paano maglaro ito Nueva Ecija, because last season they did not have this type of, you know, game. Although they did have JC Colliar there, iba pa rin pag dalawang players ang nagbibigay ng pressure para sa'yo. Manaytay cleans it up.
And what's really different with these two Marcelino twins is yung defensive instincts nila. You see the way they play the passing lanes. They just really read it so well. And that's the reason why JC is one of the league leaders in steals. And when JC reads the pass, kung hindi niya makuha yung bola, by pressure ng isa, JV comes in and gets it. They're off and running.
And that's this is their best defensive unit, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, for
Nueva
sure.
Ecija.
No doubt about it. Kenneth Mocon is also a dog defensively. The same way Manaytay and DEMUSIS are.
Nice for 8 steals now for Nueva Ecija.
At ang maganda dyan, even if this is a defensive unit, you're not giving up a lot of offense because you still have JC, JV. Actually, all of these guys are capable of putting up points.
Even Manaytay, who gets another basket after the offensive rebound. 11 puntos na para kay Christian Manaytay.
Bacolod has only been able to score 2 points here in this third quarter, and while Nueva Ecija has already scored 17.
A far cry from their performance in the first half. Look at Manaytay, able to get that fadeaway to drop after the offensive rebound.
Yeah, Bacolod needs a spark here, and it's not going to help if they're going to continue to miss their free throws. They are 12 out of 21 right now from the charity stripe. That has really plagued them a lot this season, yung kanilang free throw shooting, because they're a very aggressive group of players who get fouled a lot. They get to the line a lot, kaya lang ang baba talaga ng mga porsyento nila eh.
Mocon. JV. JC now. Manaytay. Atake. Villanueva with a block. Ajay comes away with a loose ball. JC. Ajay, no good. Mark Barrera ayaw umakyat. Barrera with another opportunity. He puts it in off the glass.
Yeah, those long arms really helping him a lot in that second effort, getting the offensive rebound after the initial putback attempt.
He's got 14 points in the ball game. Mark Barrera, leading scorer for the Tubo Slashers. JV Marcelino for 3. That won't work. Rebound. Miles Canyal. The foul on Manaytay. MCALONEY and Toto Villarias are coming in.
Now this may be the chance for Bacolod to try and speed things up a little dahil medyo mas bumagal na yung lima sa sahig dito ng Nueva Ecija with MCALONEY and Villarias coming in.
Quick hands, JC Marcelino. That's an unsportsmanlike foul on the Bose.
Problem is though, you have MCALONEY and Villarias back on the floor. The problem is you still have JC Marcelino there.
The problem is you have a one-man full court press.
Indeed, he's a one-man wrecking crew on both ends of the floor actually. You see how the way that he was able to get that basketball, that was a frontal takeaway.
Napiran ako ni JC Marcelino kanina sa warm-up. Ang bigat ng kamay. sabi ko, kaya pala ang galing mang-agaw nito. 1 for 2. And JC Marcelino has spearheaded this third quarter uprising for the Rice Vanguards. 2 of 9 lang ang Bacolod in the quarter. 5 of 11 for Nueva Ecija. JC Marcelino. Atake. JC, couple of fakes. Labas kay Mocon. Mocon draws closer. Finds Manaytay! Oh! He just posterized Miles Canyal! He caught a body, Javi.
I told you, Sadaf! I told you!
He caught a body in Miles Canyal.
Pag ikaw talaga yung nagko-cover ng games, he will have one vicious slam at least.
Manaytay with the rebound. Quickly to Marcelino. JC well defended by Barrera. Sobre Vega back the other way. Pull back. Mocon right in front of him. Daniel to provide the pick. Villanueva from downtown. No. MCALONEY secures the board.
He was able to hit a 3 earlier. Actually, that was well defended. Yun yung kanyang natira during the first quarter. But that time, wide open, ending up with a miss. Bacolod has been in a sort of a slump here in the third quarter. The scoring has definitely slowed down significantly while Nueva Ecija is doing it on the defensive end, and they're using their defense to fuel their offense the same way that they've been doing it in this unbeaten run of theirs, and trying to gun for win number 18 in this afternoon, priming themselves up for their matchup next week in Palayan City against the second hottest team in the league right now in the Abro Weavers.
Well, free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, a subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
But Bacolod is certainly not yet out of this. In the way that they've been fighting throughout this ball game, you can't keep them out of it.
Oo naman. And let's go to Gianna Llanes.
Sadaf and Javi, ibinahagi actually ni Coach Don Dulay before the game pa na the longer they extend their winning streak, the harder it would be to keep it up. However, he did not expect the turnout of the first half of this game. Less on the fact daw na they were down 2 points at halftime, but more on how they allowed the opponent to score more than 50 points within the first 2 quarters. Kaya one-on-one defense daw talaga ang hinighlight niya sa kanyang halftime huddle. Medyo nagalit daw siya, pero ayon sa mga players, ito ang best na pampagising para sa kanila dahil hindi daw talaga nagagalit si Coach Don. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Gianna. I think that's a similar reaction from Coach Don when they went up against Cebu, Javi.
You're right. That was a game where they also weren't
Playing the same way that we've seen them play the entire season during that first half against a very undermanned and depleted Cebu lineup sa laro na yon.
Yung standards na ini-expect ni Coach Don sa
Correct.
kanyang kupunan.
And you know that, him being a champion coach already here in the league, he upholds his players to the highest form of excellence. He expects that from them game in and game out, and whatever team he has coached in, he has built a culture kung saan talagang lahat ng player mapipilitan talaga to adhere to those standards. If not, you're not gonna last.
John Wilson is in the game. Tyrone Chan has also returned. Malazarte is back for Bacolod. JC Marcelino has played the entire third quarter. MCALONEY with a strong finish.
Got those defenders on their feet there, opening up an easy basket for him getting it off the glass. Ito si Will MCALONEY.
Nakapanood ng Abra dito ng place ng Nueva. Kabisado na nila.
Mas mapapadali na yung scouting.
Sobre Vega with a 3.
Yeah, he may not be a good free throw shooter, but he is absolutely a dead shot from the outside. Ito si John Sobre Vega.
Oh!
Get that out of here!
Bigat ng palpal na yun. Galing kay Rangel.
Spike.
Single digits here. Rangel ginaganahan. Atake. Wild shot. Rebound. Wilson. MCALONEY in the middle. Villarias with a finish. Plus the foul.
And the problem was, it was that shot by TZADDY Rangel that failed to get Bacolod to set up their defense on the other side, enabling Nueva Ecija to go and push it and go on the run. Villarias was already ahead of the pack, and Nueva Ecija is so good recognizing the guy in front of them. They will not have a problem pushing the ball forward to the guy ahead.
May mga mintis na okay, meron ding hindi mahirap na mintis na mahirap pabulin. Kaya
Mismo.
yun yung nangyari doon kay TZADDY Rangel. Hindi tinamaan ng ring eh. India trying to go middle. CANOY attacks the turnaround shot. ALDAVE CANOY puts it in.
Difficult look, but we've seen him do that a number of times already this season, going off the bounce, fall away jumper, even though he had Sobre Vega free on the corner, still able to make the shot.
Is MCALONEY against CANOY. MCALONEY. Offensive foul again.
He has that slight tendency to use his off arm when he's deep into that baseline, because he's trying to use that to gain separation.
That's it? That's it for Will MCALONEY.
Oh, yeah.
That's 5 fouls on him.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
They will challenge. They will
challenge. And there you see Coach Matt Macalendal talking to Coach, referee Seb Bingol.
That might keep Will MCALONEY in the game, but we will be right back.
But he was already upwards there, and he's still trying to ward off that block attempt.
Malazarte. Parang hindi na kailangan to mag-feeling out process. Ito si Malazarte. No.
He doesn't need to warm up.
No first game jitters whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Robles attacks and scores. Billy Ray Robles puts it in for 2.
You know, this guy might have been taking a step back in terms of his production this season, but we all know what the Ilonggo Superman can do. Oh, that was almost a made shot over 2 people.
By Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. It was a frenetic third quarter again, but this time favoring the Rice Vanguards.
Highlighted by that absolutely vicious slam that put everybody as they go into the final frame, up by 11 points, 82-70.
That is going to be
A heavyweight matchup might actually be an understatement for that game. As you see, Miles Cañal also showing us the touch from the perimeter.
Alam mo sabi ni Miles Cañal, yung dunk 2 points lang yun. Yung tira ko 2 points lang din.
Wala namang pagkakaiba.
Oo. Uulit-ulitin lang yung dunk.
Well, yung diferensya lang, they're down right now by 9 points, so they need stops now. 11. We're not seeing a lot of Dubuze here in the second half para dito sa Bacolod. Coach Pama Villona has gone with John Sobre Vega to orchestrate the offense for the Tubos Lacers. And they seem to be out of sorts here in terms of their execution. This trapping defense of Nueva Ecija from the backcourt until the half court has given them a lot of problems. The Rice Vanguards have done a good job of really denying the passing lanes and even playing it, coming up with a lot of steals. You saw that in the third quarter with the Marcelino twins getting a bunch of it.
Costello knocks down the three. And Nueva Ecija, they have not relinquished control here after that strong start to the third quarter.
Costello has provided quality minutes for Coach Don Dulay in this game. 8 points sa laro na to for the former Pasig City star.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Kanyal has it. Konting bangga, Miles. That's an air ball. And a solid defensive sequence para sa Nueva.
He has really had no problems about it, playing under bigger names. But for him, I think he just wants that championship under his belt here in the MPBL. What Nueva Ecija has been doing here in the second half, Sidel, is yung depensa nila, they've been trying to counter the speed of Bacolod with physicality. They're really trying to body them up, and they're doing a good job of it without fouling.
Na paramdam. No, nag-iiba din yung galaw ng Bacolod.
Mismo.
No, nararamdaman nila yung physicality nitong Nueva Ecija. Check out the turnover story. 15 turnovers for Bacolod that has been translated into 23 turnover points by the Rice Vanguards.
8 turnovers here in the second half, a bunch of them coming in the third quarter.
Janjan PASTIAS has returned. Costello at the line. That's the first one to drop. Costello. And meanwhile, may update ang ating kasama si Gianna Llanes.
Sa Delphin Javi, kitang-kita ang experience ni Coach Pau bilang isang player last huddle in the way he looked and spoke to the Tubo Slashers, trying to calm them down. He looked at TZADDY Rangel in the eye, telling him to relax at itaas lang ang kamay pagdating sa depensa. Aminado siya na medyo nag-relax ang kanilang koponan sa third quarter, pero naniniwala siya na mababalik nila ang intensity from the first half. Before going back into the game during this fourth quarter, he pointed out Nueva Ecija's big men are in foul trouble, so they have to take that to their advantage now and show what they can do playing small ball. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Gianna. But unfortunately for Bacolod, other way around, the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards have continued their run here early in the fourth quarter. The lead is up to 18 already. 7:41 remaining. And John Wilson, the league's all-time leading scorer, had 6 points and 5 rebounds against Muntinlupa. Comes up with a steal here on PASTIAS. And previous possession, 13 points tonight, kasama na 3 rebounds and 3 assists. So another comfortable night, all business para dito kay John Wilson.
And what's amazing with John Wilson, with this Nueva Ecija roster that he is currently in right now, is you're a former MVP, you're a champion here in this league. You could just take a step back and just try and relax, just focus on scoring the basketball. But no, he buckles down to work defensively. You see him getting a bunch of steals here. He's sometimes the head of the press, and that's what amazes me most about John Wilson, even at this stage of his career.
Ang maganda dito kay John Wilson, no, walang ego eh.
Yeah, exactly.
Nakikita mo, walang ego, walang entitlement.
Wala. Definitely not.
Although he has every right.
Oh, yeah,
meron
for
siyang
sure.
karapatan, ha?
I mean, to be the all-time leading scorer in the MPBL,
They have to
that's
shoot
something.
now. 1 second on the shot clock.
Ryan Costello and Tyron Chan are asking for a review on that play because they believe that Miles Canyal hit Tyrone Chan with that elbow as the shot clock expired.
I don't think there's much to that.
Hindi rin naman ganun kalakas yung tama.
Nakaabang ako kay Miles eh. Kasi alam ko na eh. Masyado ko nang kilala tong player na to.
Ate mo, nakatawa na naman ngayon sa bench eh. Ayan o. Yeah, it's just gonna be a warning.
Warning on Miles Kanyal. 91-73. What an impressive second half response galing sa Nueva Ecija Rice Rangers. Here's what happened here.
Just a little friendly nudge in my opinion.
Hindi ko nakita yun, man. Hindi pa yung pag-posterize sa kanya kanina.
It's gonna be a long ride for him going back to Manila.
Lalo na, kailangan natin tingnan, baka nag-viral na yun eh.
Panigurado. I don't doubt it. Baka at this point, siguro mga 5,000 likes na yan. Di ako magugulat. I mean, we've seen a lot of posterizing dunks here in this league, but that has to be one of the best for sure.
Yeah,
if not the best.
I think I witnessed one. I covered one game. This was right around season 2. Jason Grimaldo. Tapos meron din si Marky. Marami-rami si Marky Meron siyang pinosterize last 2 seasons ago with Bacoor. Nasa Bacoor siya.
Ay, di naman ako magugulat dahil si Marky, he's always in shape. I still can't remember yung kwento ni Boss Emer Oreta when they were still teammates in talk and text and they were roommates. I think he was brushing his teeth. While brushing his teeth, he put a towel underneath his feet and he was trying to balance himself while brushing his teeth to engage his score.
Ibang klase. And John Wilson whistled for the personal. Ajay, now with the Bose, Rangel. Mark the Bose finally. He's got 6 points.
Definitely not the same game that he had compared to that last one, the last outing where he had 21 points against Imus. He scored 11 in that fourth quarter, but let's see. There might be a miracle that can happen here, especially after they've hit now back-to-back baskets.
Down to 18 ang lamang. May 5 puntos na si JC Adje.
But stops have to be made here for Bacolod.
That's a good pass to Tyrone Chan off Billy Robles. 7 points now for Pierce Chan.
That's how they counter that blitz that Bacolod set on the ball handler of the pick and roll. There's a short roll that goes to the middle, and then there's the guy cutting to the other side. Here, Costello all alone on the other side. That's a walk in the park.
And that forces Coach Pao Vilona to call a timeout. Nueva Ecija is pulling away here in the fourth quarter. 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. It's a 22-point lead for the Rice Bangers.
They'll have a lot of games to try and move up the team standings. That's the advantage of a long season.
Oh, nice move. Galing kay JC Adje. Good strong drive down the middle. And this has been missing for a few games now for Bacolod.
Adje was averaging 15 points per game. But now that average has gone down to just 10.8. And he has actually scored in single digits a few times already in this 9-game losing streak that they are on. Only with 7 points tonight. I was gonna say that he's doing better from the free throw line tonight. Well, yeah, 3 out of 5, maybe that is quite better than the previous outings that he's had where he has really missed a bunch. Imagine mo, you're averaging 15 points a game. That could have actually been more had he made a lot of his free throws.
Well, let's say if you're JC Adjin, you shoot 70%, for sure, taas talaga yan
Oo.
for you. But Billy Ray Robles hikes his tally to 8 points and hikes the lead to 22.
The best offense of the league, showing what they can do best, putting the ball in the hoop, really way past their average of 89 points per game. Although in terms of their defensive standards, Coach Don Dula, he already explained it during the halftime break that he was not happy with Bacolod being able to score 57 points and even leading by 2 heading into the halftime break. But here in the second half, they have definitely slowed them down and put the clamps on the Tubo Slashers. The physicality that they have been able to bring in has really prevented Bacolod from making those plays that they had in the first half.
That's a foul on Miles Cañal. Inabot na sa harap talaga ni...
Naman talaga that yung samahan nila is also a big factor in why they have been able to achieve the success they have had this season. The only unbeaten squad so far in the MPBL here in year 7 of the league.
And MANAYTAY returns for Tyron Chan. May poster pa kaya tayo makikita?
We still have 3 minutes and 42 to see if that will happen. Already a double-double para sa kanya sa laro na to.
Nueva Ecija already over the limit. Bacolod has 3 team fouls. ALDAVE CANOY up against Mocon. CANOY, nice fake from ALDAVE, trying to go glass that time. That won't work. Rebound in JAYVEE Marcelino. Mocon, nice tap. Oh, wow, great team basketball from Nueva Ecija. Deles just releasing the pass in time para kay Ryan Costello for the 2 points.
Nueva Ecija is leading in a lot of key statistical categories this season, and assists is one of them. They're averaging 27.3 assists per game. In this game sa Delta, they already have 30.
Ang nabigat na numero yan. There's a foul on Mocon. 105 to 79. Ano na lang to? Final buzzer na lang hinihintay natin dito. Dondon Arenas and Clark Derigue, the homegrowns for Nueva Ecija, have entered the game.
Ito si Clark Darie, high flyer din to nung college.
Yeah, with UE.
Sabayan actually sila ni Renz Palma sa FEU Team B. Tapos lumipat sila ng UE.
Maiksing lakad lang yun.
Oh, maiksing lakad lang. Tawid lang.
Tawid lang. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Barrera goes 2 for 2.
And that also happened to be the residency year of Achi Inigo with FEU. So sila yun sa Team B ng FEU at that time. Clark Derihe, Renz Palma, si Achi Inigo.
Mocon against Malazarte. Don Arenas for 3. Masyado malakas. Derigue saves it. The last touch of Nueva Ecija. 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. 105 to 81. JC Adjay. Nueva Ecija already in penalty. A foul whistled on Don Arenas. He will send Miles Cañal to the line. Pasok ang una. And nabangan mo dito, Javi, as the season reaches its tail end. Kung ano ba ang gaano kalaki ang leap ng mga players like Miles Cañal, JC Adjay, probably Malazarte, Janjan PASTIAS, and Mark Dobose from the start and then to the end. No? Kasi, if I'm Bacolod looking ahead, if they don't make it this season, this is a really great core to keep.
Absolutely. And, I think it's nice because you have these pieces who are young, up and coming, but a lot of these guys also are really homegrown players. And that's really nice to have. Slowly, we're having teams that are now composed majority of homegrown players. And that's very good, especially for teams like Bacolod, which was one of the hotbeds of basketball in the country.
Yeah, Bacolod, marami ng majority ng kanilang team, homegrown. And we're not considering like, kahit nag-PBA ka, what we refer to as homegrown is that
Will he be suiting up later?
I don't think so yet. I saw the list doon sa mga activated, parang hindi pa siya kasama.
Well, he's still, I think, trying to recover from his injury.
Oo. So may mga definition kasi tayo ng mga homegrown dito, Happy. Pag nag-PBA ka kasi, hindi ka na homegrown.
Okay. So even if you're from that province which you're playing for, hindi ka na pwede maging homegrown. Basta nag-PBA ka. And before, we used to have a limit on ex-PBA players.
Ngayon wala na.
Ngayon wala na.
Ilagan, for example, they all have 3 homegrown players, but you can actually say that, si Don Gumaro or Don Arenas there with the 3. Don Gumaro, for example, is a homegrown, pero hindi siya talaga makategorize dito sa MPBL as homegrown because he played in the PBA.
And Alan Mina also is also from Ilagan, right?
But he's moved to Pampanga now. So,
but he already played in the PBA, so hindi rin siya pwede makategorize noon when he was with the Cowboys.
Archie Concepcion, same story.
You're right, yeah.
Inside, Deriga gets blocked by CANOY. Hindi pa rin sumusuko dito yung Bacolod. High scoring game.
Yeah, if you're Coach Pamelona, this is what you want to see from your boys. You fight until the very end, until the final buzzer. Huwag nyo na tingnan yung score. The mistakes have been made. And like the coaches usually say, and I heard this recently from Coach Luigi Trillo, you don't actually lose. It's either you win or you learn.
Minsan, lose din talaga.
Well,
alam mo, may mga 2 sides of a coin lagi yung mga usapan na ganyan eh.
I just really
Dun ka ba,
usually try to look at the positive side of things.
Positive side ka eh, no?
Medyo, minsan I'm
such a positive guy, Javi Palania.
sometimes I'm toxically positively thinking. That seems to be one of my toxic traits sometimes.
That's a trend right now. Don't worry about it. Hindi ka nag-iisa. 114 to 83 after Clark Derigue adds to the tally. Adjay, a foul on Derigue. 40 seconds na lang. Nasa penalty na yung parehong kupunan. So that will mean free throws para kay JC Adjay. Look at Clark Derigue go coast to coast and challenging the defense of ALDAVE CANOY.
Had it not been for some injuries that he's gone through the past few years, medyo he's lost a little bit of that athleticism that he used to possess. Nakita mo medyo mas mabigat na rin yung galaw eh.
Dati, matic din to eh. Pick and pop para sa iyo eh.
Yes. Also has a good stroke actually from the perimeter to si Clark Derigue.
JV Marcelino is instrumental in that third quarter run that paved the way for this breakaway. Inside, Don Arenas. One of the hardest working players I know, Javi.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he doesn't mind if he rarely sees action on the court, but I hear from his teammates that wala siyang pakialam. He's just gonna be ready when his number is called.
Oo. Laging sa gym yan.
Kita mo naman kondisyon pa rin.
May pahabol pa yung kasama.
Yeah, kamadam, mayari na i-score ta 116 over 87. Hikit yung mga bakla ka madam, makanyala ding nebesiya kala sport quarter, papalila ka madam, o mga kamadam, deng menalbeken pakicomment yun kung aburyana yung ilbenyo, at saka detang may black at saka madam, pag miras kayo kening kakong vlog, pwede mag-comment kayo, tagano ka rin kayo, para i-shoutout na kayo kensuto o mga kamadam, mingat-mingat tamo, tsaka mumuran po mo, diba? Basta taliyo ka kakalinguan na subscribe ko, at saka i-follow ko para lalo tang sasaya, yung best player tamo, yan kamadam o mga kamadam, mingat-mingat, bye-bye!